Na 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 na.
I see Mafia.
You do? Where do you see Batman? Alright, so one of my favorite things on Reddit is this thing where they say, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And with election day tomorrow, I thought, well, we might want to do that. And B, why aren't more politicians doing this? The first thing you need to understand is in Michigan election laws, one of the things that are laid down is that every one of these proposals needs to be worded in such a way that you or I can clearly understand them. If you've dealt with any of these proposals before or looked at this one in general, you know that that's not exactly what the legislators are going for. Okay, by now you're familiar with the idea of taxes. That's the things that federal and local governments collect to take care of things like roads, police, fire, school, etc. This proposal deals with something called a personal property tax. What the hell is that? Okay, well, a property tax, if you don't own a home, is when you pay on things that you own, like land or a house or things like that, and then they take that tax and they put it away and deal with roads and police and fire, school, etc. A personal property tax is a tax on something that a business owner might own. If you own a restaurant, a dishwasher, any heavy machinery, if you own any number of the businesses in town that deal with something that would require heavy machinery. Businesses hate this, obviously, because it makes it hard to invest, because not only do you have to pay the property tax on the building that you own, but then you also have to pay personal property tax on the things that live inside of the building. Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit dicey. When you take out a tax base by eliminating what's called the personal property tax and replace it, well, what do you replace it with? Because you can't just take the taxes away and expect roads, fire, police, etc. to keep running. I know we all think we pay too many taxes, and we do, but we still need the tax base to pay for those things. So we've got to figure out a way to merge the gap. What they're going to do in Proposal 1 is something called a use tax. And a use tax is different than sales tax. How? Well, a use tax covers things that come into the state or things that we use across the state, telecommunications, hotels, those sort of things. Here's the big crazy thing, is sales tax obviously is different than the tax you pay on property. So when you put a use tax in, you need a municipality to oversee the use tax. So now, not only do we need to replace a tax base, we need to add a layer of government. So then when you get to the polls, you look at that piece of paper and you go, well, what am I answering? Because sometimes when I answer no, it means yes, and when I answer yes, it means no. In this particular case, a little bit more straightforward. Yes would mean you agree with the legislature and you want to get rid of the personal property tax and replace it with this thing called a use tax. No would mean I'm not really sure I want to get rid of that personal property tax because I'm a little unclear about what you're going to do with this use tax, and I really don't want another layer of government. Whatever side you lay on, Proposal 1 is important, and you should probably know what you're doing when you head to the polls. So I hope that explains it, because my daughter seemed to really enjoy it. Trust me.
That's his day. That's his day.
Say, you should vote
No.
now.